Happy Canada Day, everybody. It's the 1st of July, where we celebrate Canada Day when officially three separate colonies of the United Canadas, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick, were united into a single dominion within the British Empire called Canada. Our friends to the north. Elbows up, everybody, as we celebrate Canada Day 2026 on Junk Wax Genius. And how do we celebrate? Well, hockey cards. The local club here, the Carolina Hurricanes, won the Stanley Cup. So there's still like hockey electricity in the air here in this part of the United States. And we've got Stadium Club, we've got Pro Set, we've got Score, we've got Leaf, we've got Upper Deck, all of these hockey cards. On top of hockey, we have, where are they? Where are they? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Canadian football cards. Possibly a Rocket Ismail card. I think there might be like a Wayne Gretzky card in here as well. Let's see what we've got. So, again, I hope you've got, you stopped at Timmy's, you stocked up so that you've got the fuel to get you through the day. I'm just going to grab one. Let's do our bilingual 1991 Score Series 1 as we begin our Canada Day celebration on Junk Wax Genius. For my viewers in the United States, don't worry. We'll do a July 4th special too. Don't worry. You're not being marginalized. And we're all going to have a good look at how I butcher these Canadian or Eastern European or Russian hockey names. We've got Uwe Krupp. Maybe that's his name. Kevin Dineen, future Blue Jacket, I think. I think he was the Dineen brother that played for the Blue Jackets. Joe Nieuwendyk, Jeremy Roenick, Jacques Cloutier, the Jennings Trophy winner Eddie Belfour, Mark Hunter, John Tonelli, Bob Basson, Alexei Kasatonov. I'm not sure where to put the emphasis. John Ogrodnik. Another one, another difficult one. Bobby Smith. Love, love, love the North Star sweaters. Absolutely gorgeous. Garth Butcher. Gerard Gallant. Speaking of Blue Jackets, wasn't Gerard Gallant the head coach of the Jackets for a season or two? And Larry Murphy. The Blue Jackets are my primary frame of reference for NHL hockey because for like 4 seasons, I went to every Blue Jackets home game as part of my old job back in Columbus, Ohio. Let's do 91-92 Series 1 Pro Set. The official cards of the NHL. So yeah, you want to talk to me about Kevin Dineen or Ron Tugnut all day. Kurt Giles, maybe Kurt Gilles. JJ Dano, Gary Roberts. There's another exotic name, Ulf Dahlen. Luke Robitaille, I know that one. Todd Elick, Yves Racine, Andy Moog, Sylvain Cote, I'm guessing, Steve Larmer, Dave Christian, Bob McGill, Rick Tockett, gorgeous all-star sweaters, Stephen Leach, and Ron Hextall. Oh, and then this guy. Who's that? Red Wings goalie Terry Sawchuk. How about that? All French. Are these entirely in French on the back? How about that? Jean-Jacques. Okay. Please forgive me for stumbling. They're in completely foreign languages. I don't speak a lick of French. Let's do 93-94 Leaf Premium Hockey Cards, the USA edition. So presumably in English. Gold Leaf All-Stars, Freshman Phenoms. Mario Lemieux is the Leaf spokesperson. The Frank Thomas of hockey. Frank Thomas was the spokesman for Leaf baseball cards. That's why I said that. Yarko Varvio is how I'm going to guess that one goes. These look exactly like the baseball cards, which is to say gorgeous. I'm here all day for these. Paul Eisbert. Again, sorry, Paul. Darren Pupa. Papa? Pupa. Again, sorry, Darren. Vitaly Karamnov. It's an extra degree of difficulty when I have to get the light just right to even see the name. Ian Erbers. Jocelyn Thibault. Jared Scald. Got a Mike Vernon insert card there. A couple of these face-to-face. Troy Millette. There's our Mike Vernon. Painted Warriors. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Painted Warrior. Okay. Glenn Healy. John Casey. Plenty of goalies in this pack. Vyacheslav Butsayev. Jeff Smith. I think I got that one. And Mike Donnelly. Love, love, love this design. It really, I mean, it basically looks exactly like the baseball cards from this season. So you get the Leaf seal, the nice diagonal stripe there with the name stamped in gold foil, local skyline on the back, and then the team logo rendered in kind of this rainbow prismatic foil. Just beautiful. I'll take that all day. I'll take all of this Leaf hockey you've got. Tell me that's not awesome. So nice. All right. Oh, we've also got O-Pee-Chee baseball. O-Pee-Chee and Leaf. Leaf being the Donruss product meant for Canada, so you get the bilingual cards. And then O-Pee-Chee was like a parallel brand of baseball cards for Topps for the Canadian market until they peeled off and O-Pee-Chee became like a completely separate brand. Although you could still get 91 O-Pee-Chee cards that look like Topps, here you get this completely different set. So let's do this one. 1991, 7 baseball cards on Junk Wax Genius, the channel where we open old sports cards and talk about it. Bobby Thigpen starts us off. Kevin Moss. Willie Wilson. Alex Fernandez. Dave Stieb with the Blue Jays. Sandy Alomar Jr. and Willie Frazier with the Blue Jays. I know some of these Leaf sets are smaller than regular Donruss, but they emphasize the Blue Jays and the Expos to be more Canadian friendly. I don't know if they did the same thing with these O-Pee-Chee sets or if it was just coincidence that out of 7 cards, 2 of them were Blue Jays. I'll look that up. Maybe I'll leave that in the show notes. Probably not. Let's continue on. 91 Stadium Club, 12 hockey cards behind tamper-proof plastic. While I open packs, take a drink. You know, crack open one of your cold ones, or if you've got your double-double from Tim Hortons, please enjoy that while I do my business. We have Steve Yzerman. Excellent. Mike Ramsey. Great landscape layout card for Paul McDermid. There's Scott Arniel. I'm going to give myself like 75% pass on these names. I'll pass on 75%, 25% I'll fail. Critics, let me know how I'm doing. Rob Zettler. That might be the first year for those Sharks sweaters. John McClain. Loved when the Devils had the red and green before they switched to red and black. It's like a comic strip. Okay. Mike Ridley. Your guess is as good as mine. Which of those three men is Mike Ridley? I'm betting it's the guy in the middle. He's a Washington Capital for sure. It's got to be the man in the middle, right? Paul Cyr. There's Jacques Cloutier. Terry Yake. Start up your brass bonanza, Whale fans. Terry Yake. Andre Horacio. Kevin Stevens, different from Stephen Kevins. And there you go. We might have cardception here on the back of these hockey cards from Upper Deck, where I believe they're featuring the rookie card. Got to get these in focus. We'll see if any of these rookie cards are the same Stadium Club card we're holding. I don't believe we've had any instances here, but we call it cardception, where the card on the front is the card on the back. No, not for that one. Not that pack of Upper Deck. Oh well, we'll try again. Let's do some O-Pee-Chee, 92-93, 25th anniversary for O-Pee-Chee hockey. 8 cards, an insert in French and English behind actual wax paper. That's old school. It's a nice wrapper. That one, the wrapper might go into the PC. Let's see what we've got. Paul Coffey. That might be our insert card. Yeah, anniversary series, silver ink along the bottom. I'm guessing that's the insert card because it looks nothing like the other ones in here. David Volek. Dave Manson. Are they all Daves? Are these all the Daves I know? Scott Stevens. Gilbert Dion. Tony Esposito Blackhawks. That might be our throwback card. Espo. Brian Propp. Alexander Godinyuk. And Kelly Butchberger. Apologies, Alexander, if I messed up your name. Can that just go without saying that I'm deeply embarrassed for not knowing your names? 92 O-Pee-Chee hockey, 8 cards. Let's keep going with this deep dive into Canadian culture. I tried to get a Tragically Hip song for the title card, but I couldn't isolate like the right timing. It would have been a couple seconds from Grace 2. I couldn't get it to work. Denise Savard, Doug Waite, Glenn Anderson, Brian Bradley. I think that's Brian Leach with the Rangers. Number 2. Help me. That's not Brian Leach. Who is that? Who's our guy? Number 2. I can't. Maybe he's not even number 2. I'm sorry. Scott Stevens. Oh, another one where they're not going to tell me who it is. Oh, pictured on the front of Steve Larmer. Does it say who's pictured on the front of this one? It is Brian Leach. All right. All right. John McClain, again, with those gorgeous Devils sweaters and the Breezers with the red and the green. Just a perfect color combination, in my opinion, as hockey uniforms went. All right. Scott Stevens, representing. Let's do another set of Stadium Club. Let's do the 93 Stadium Club Series 1. We're looking for the first day issue cards randomly inserted here. 14 cards in every pack as we bulldoze our way across the border to celebrate a little bit of Canadian culture. It was either Grace to or Ahead by a Century, and I was trying to find the right music. I couldn't get it right. I tried. Donald Audette, Brian Scrudland. That might be the first year for those Panthers sweaters. Luke Robitaille. Brian Marchment. There's Eddie Belfour again, winning his Jennings Trophy. Nice tuxedo, Ed. Sylvain Cote. Cote? You tell me. Rob Blake. Kelly Kissio. Zdeno, I'm going to guess Chiger. Some information about the NHL All-Stars. Okay. Paul Ranheim. Brian Marchment again. Brian with the Y. Attaboy. Keith Brown. And Andrew Castles. Again, strike up Brass Bonanza, Whale fans. Quick look at the backs of these Stadium Club cards. Oh, they don't feature the rookie. 93 Topps Baseball, you still get the rookie card featured. They changed that for hockey. All right, we'll deal. Let's do another Pro Set, Series 1, 91-92. The French edition, Edition Française. Not even going to try. Pat LaFontaine, I can do that one. Dino Ciccarelli, Steve Duchesne, John DeRoos, Brian Scrudland, Paul Eisbert, Randy Burridge. There's that Paul Sear again, I think. Guy Lafleur, Yerky Lume, Dave Ellett, Brett Hull. I mean, can those sweaters get any prettier? Eric Desjardins, Chris Terreri, and Glenn Wesley. Man, I might have to collect more of this Pro Set just to get the Devils. And more looks at that All-Star sweater. Man, that is nice. You know what, Pro Set? I like you so much. We're going to go back to the 90-91 series. 15 new cards. One Pro Set discount card. I fear I've lost my chance. Did anybody get the Pro Set cap? Leave a comment. I'll open this tamper-proof pack with the plastic you can't really see through while I wet my whistle with a nice blue. All right, we've got Jeff Courtnall, Randy Velishek, team facts for the Sabres. That's cool. Team facts for the Kings. Okay. Tim Sweeney, Ken Sabourin, Mats Sundin. There's Eric Desjardins again. Peter Sidorkiewicz. I give myself an A for that one. Mike Tomlak. Denny Potvin, career point leader. Alex Delvecchio, career point leader. Brian Noonan. Chris Dahlquist. There's Alex Delvecchio again. Did they use the exact same photograph for him twice? Oh, one's kind of sepia toned, the other is just black and white. I guess that's different. And then our Pro Set discount. Well past its prime. Oh well. What can you do? All right, let's, we're going to save the Leaf baseball for last. Let's do some Upper Deck hockey. I've got 2 packs here, both of them from 91-92 season. Let's do, I think this is going to be Series 2 because this one includes traded and new players. So this is going to be our Find the Hull. Slap shots, hack tricks, gloves, saves, every pack's a new game. It's hockey cards. Are you still with me? Like 20 minutes in? Are we still enjoying our beverages together while you watch me struggle to pronounce hockey names like Michel Mongeau or Scott Stevens? I know Scott Stevens. I can do that one. Dmitry Kristich, I can do that one as well. Martin Rusinski, Thomas Sandstrom, or Tomas Sandstrom, Anatoly Semenov, Jay Mazur, Dan Quinn, Mario Doyon, Kevin Todd. He's got 2 first names. We haven't come across a single Gordon yet. I don't think we've had a single Gord, have we? Tom Fergus. I'm going to be disappointed if I get through here without being able to remember opening a Gord. And Ray Ferraro. Ray Ferraro. All right, let's do the second pack of Upper Deck. This one's got the traded players and newest rookies from 91-92 Upper Deck Hockey. Leave your favorite Gord in the comments. Gord or Gordon. Leave your favorite Gordon or Gord in the comments. Jeff Nelson. I'll also settle for your favorite kid in the hall. Chris and Peter Ferraro. Pat McLeod. Sorry, Pat. Gary Lehman. Martin Hostek, Andre Rossio, Glenn Healy. There's Ed Belfour out of a tuxedo. A certain NHL All-Star for the Canada Cup. His name is Wayne Gretzky. If you don't know, get familiar. We've got a hologram card. The Selke Trophy winner, Dirk Graham, on the right wing for your Chicago Blackhawks. That's a really nice hologram. That's really cool. Jocelyn Lemieux. I'm going to say, isn't it RIP for, no, that might be a different guy. And Igor Larionov for your Vancouver Canucks. Igor Larionov. I can only ever hear that name in Keith Olbermann's voice. If you know, you know. Oh, did we do this Bloodlines? Chris and Peter Ferraro wearing the awesome, it's got to be like a starter pullover with the white sneakers. That's cool. Upper Deck Hockey. Let's do Fleer Ultra. We haven't done the 93-94 Fleer Ultra, 17 cards, helpfully priced for the U.S. market in bigger numbers, bigger letters. $2.69 for us. Sorry, Canada. And you'll note that I paid $2 for it here in the year of our Lord 2026. So if you're somebody who just is desperately hoping to make money on sports cards, let this be your lesson. This pack is 30 plus years old. It was priced at $2.69 for the United States market. I bought it for less than that 3.5 decades later. You think you're going to make a fortune? Kevin Holler starts us off. Oh, these are beautiful. They look, again, a lot like the baseball cards, but you get the gold foil, the marble at the bottom to let you know this is an upscale product. That's a good-looking sports card. Kevin Holler. Emphasis on the back on photography as well. Nice rink in the background. Most recent season and then career stats. Brent Gretzky? What? Jim Rivnak. Brad Turner for Team Canada. I mean, I love the burning puck graphic. That's awesome. Brian Propp. Brass Bonanza, where are you? Kevin Todd, 2 first names. Matt Martin, 2 first names. Rookie ribbon, though. Nice touch. Peter Taglianetti. Travis Richards for Team USA. Gerald Diduck. Sorry, Gerald. Russ Romaniuk for Team Canada. Speaking of Team Canada, how about the World Cup Club? Amazing. Frank Musel, Keith Jones, Matthias Nordstrom, rookie ribbon, Zdeno Chiger. Weird looking lid, weird looking helmet on that guy. I don't know. Dean Evison. And we end with a Chris Osgood card. Wave of the Future, Chris Osgood. Yeah, he would go on to be a pretty good keeper for the Red Wings. Chris Osgood. Yeah, I'd say. All right, we're coming down to the tail end here. Let's do another pack of O-Pee-Chee Hockey. It's 92 Premier O-Pee-Chee Hockey on Junk Wax Genius, where we open old sports cards and talk about it. Thank you for being with me on this July 1st, imagining that my friends north of the border have the day off, maybe? I don't know. Do you get the day off? Tom Curvers. Another Ranger. That's Mike Gartner, wearing number 22. Thomas Forsland. Kip Miller. Mario Lemieux, the first appearance of Super Mario, I believe, on today's show. Ed Belfour, multiple appearances of Eddie. Steve Yzerman, great throwback sweater on Stevie Y. And our Maple Leafs throwback card featuring Dave Ellett. More O-Pee-Chee Premier. Fantastic. We're going to go to Pro Set, then we'll do Stadium Club, then we will do Leaf Baseball to close it out on today's Junk Wax Genius. Again, have no fear. Oh, no. I almost overlooked our headliners, the superstars, the ones I've never, ever seen before, let alone opened. All-World Canadian football cards. That's what we came for. Let's do the 90 Pro Set, and then we'll continue. And again, to my colleagues here in the States, don't worry, we'll get back to normal tomorrow. There'll be a special feature on July 4th. I won't be drinking Canadian beer. I'll find something American. Mike Lyatt, Bill Ranford, Kevin Dineen, there's our boy Dineen again, Dave Ellett, The More You Save, all right, Jim Benning, Ron Greschner, Brad McCrimmon, Scott Mellenby, James Patrick, Dave, that can't be Gagner, right? It's got to be Gagne? It's got to be Gagne, right? Paul Ranheim, Jim Johnson, from the 90 All-Star Game, it's Shane Corson. Also Brian Propp. And then we end with Dave Snuggerud. Snuggerud? Sorry, Sabres fans, I don't know. Snuggerud? I wish I knew. No offense, again. All right, we'll put the football cards down. We'll do Stadium Club, 92 Series 1 hockey. We'll do Leaf Baseball from 88. And then we'll do those World League cards. We're letting the suspense build. They're going every which way, which tells me that this pack has not been tampered with. Great examples, though, of a design choice I wish baseball Topps would have made for their baseball set this year. The baseball set only had like the Stadium Club logo and the player name. They didn't have these horizontal gold foil lines with the team name, and I think that really makes it a complete looking card. They did it for the NBA, I know. I'm pretty sure they did it for football. Why couldn't they do it for baseball? Michael Petit for the Flames. Michel Petit. Daniel Berthum for the Jets. It says Jets, but I'll be if that's not a Bruins sweater. Andrew Castles, potentially, nice Whaler jersey there. That's great. Daniel Morois, Gary Roberts. We're gonna go right to Gary Roberts. Vincent Damphousse, Rob DeMaio. I mean, especially on these landscape cards, these horizontal cards, that is just a beautiful feature. So nice. Norm McIver. Sean Burr. Paul Ranheim. Jason Moore. Pell Eklund. Ed Olczyk. Ed Olczyk, right? Leave a comment. I know you will. Rick Tocchet. And our last Stadium Club from '92, Stéphane Richer. Beautiful. Such nice cards, these Stadium Clubs. Why couldn't baseball have done that? It would have been one of my all-time favorite designs. Oh, well. Let's take a quick look at the backs for Cardception, where the Topps rookie card featured on the back is the Stadium Club card we're holding. We call it Cardception because of the movie Inception, about dreams within dreams. Cardception, card upon a card. Not today, friends. All right. Let's do 88 Leaf, and then we'll get into our our Canadian football cards. 88 Leaf, exact same design basically as 88 Donruss. You get 3 pieces, only 10 cards. It was like 15 or 16 cards in the Donruss set. But the Leaf set, much smaller. You still get the exact same puzzle pieces though. The Stan Musial puzzle exactly the same as what you would have gotten in Donruss. Danny Cox, Willie Wilson, Pascual Perez, Andre Dawson Diamond King. So you get a bilingual Diamond King. Half as much information because it has to be in twice as many languages. Hubie Brooks, Rance Mullenix, Mike Witt, Kevin Seitzer, Roger Clemens, nice card, Sid Fernandez, and Brett Saberhagen. You see what I mean there? Like 30% of our pack here were Canadian teams. And Andre Dawson, honorary Canadian for that, pretty much, like for his Expos career. All right. Here's Leaf Baseball. Looks exactly like Donruss, doesn't it? Except for the word mark here in the corner. Let's put Andre Dawson on the front there. And finally, our headliner. 2 packs of the Football Canadien trading cards. 9 cards per pack for CFL. Looking for the Rocket Ismail. Oh, that's just a card offer. All right. There you have it. Brought to you by AW Sports Incorporated from Irvine, California. Tamper-proof foil. Literally never opened or possibly seen these cards before. Interesting design. Reminds me of 86 Donruss with the diagonal stripes. Liste de control. Does that mean checklist? Is that French for checklist? Oh, I'm not going to read all those names. I would butcher them and we would be here all day. Doug Flutie, though, for your BC Lions. Doug Flutie. Grover Covington. Andre Francis. Stephen Jones. Rocky DiPietro. Ray Macariti. Larry Ruck. And Rob Smith. We had Ottawa. We had Hamilton. We had BC. Edmonton. Yeah, when there were still Eskimos and two teams called the Rough Riders in the CFL. All right, home stretch. Let's finish strong. With 9 more cards out of our Canadian Football League pack on Junk Wax Genius. Thank you for being here, spending more than a half hour, a good part of your day with me. I do appreciate that, especially if you sat through the whole thing. Leave a comment, hashtag elbows up if you've sat through the whole thing. Chris Schultz for your Argonauts. Stuart Hill, Ricky DiPietro again. While we're on the topic, I am against all of the rule changes and the field reconfiguration that the CFL has planned. I don't want that. I like watching Canadian football. I like watching Canadian football rules when I watch Canadian football. That's all I'm going to say about that. Bart Hall. We got Rocket Ismail. Rahib Ishmael. He got his nickname up in the corner. And entirely in French on the back. Okay. How about that? Coach Daryl Rogers. Willie Plegs? Does that say Plegs? Pless. Grover Covington. And we wrap up the Canada Day special with Roger Aldag. All right. How about that? Canadian football. Did you ever think you'd see it on the channel? I didn't think I would open it on the channel, but here we are. Thank you for watching Junk Wax Genius, the channel where we open old sports cards and we talk about it, communing with our friends north of the border. Love you, Canada. And thank you for watching this very special July 1st Canada Day episode. Maybe we'll do it again. Who knows? Canadian Thanksgiving, everyone? What is that, August? All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.